How's it going, everyone? Josh here, your commissioner, Fantasy Basketball Keeper League. This is the 2021-22 lottery for our draft picks. So a lot of new things going on, and I appreciate everyone being patient with me and trying to figure this out and trying to make it the fairest way possible for everyone. I like to say that this is a group effort. The only reason I'm the commissioner is to schedule the dates, do the lottery, and add the new teams if need be. You know, it's kind of all done with all of you together. That rule book that you read is just years and years of things being brought up that we've documented as a group to make this league. So don't feel overwhelmed. It's just there to be there. You know what I mean? So, and everybody kind of knows what's going on. Everyone's pretty good. So anyway, I want to welcome the new teams. I want to welcome Justin, Gino, and Chris for coming on. That's great. We did have 10 teams last season. We're up to 12 now. One team from the previous year or one owner from the previous year left. So that leaves us with 3 new teams. His team got dropped into free agency or into the draft class. So that's only going to be good for all these incoming teams. And there's 5 keepers, and you know, it's really easy to turn their team around in 1 year. I've seen someone come in last place and then all of a sudden place or even finish first the next year. So it's good. It's a fun league. I'm glad you're all here, and I'm glad we're improving this thing. We've had 12 teams before. We've gone down to 10, and we've gone up to 12 again. So it's great. And Gino is returning, so looks like he missed it. Appreciate that. Anyway, this is the draft lottery. We do this every year. Basically, the bottom half teams, which last year there was only 5 because we had 10 total teams. So the bottom 5 teams would get into the draft lottery. I'd put lottery entries in a bowl, we'd mix them up, and then we'd pick for the draft order. So now it's a little bit different. One, because one of the teams that left was in the bottom half of the teams, and we have 3 new teams. So with the current setup we have now, 12 teams, this is how the lottery is supposed to go. So with 12 teams, 7th place team gets 1 lottery entry, 8th place gets 2, 9th place gets 4, 10th place gets 8, 11th place gets 16, and 12th place, which is last place, gets 36. That's basically just doubled all the way. Last season, the bottom 5 teams were 6th place was Matt Moquin, 7th place was Kevin, who actually just left, 8th place was Claudia, 9th place was Creighton, and 10th place was Alex. So we're going to incorporate these 3 new teams into the new lottery. Since Kevin came in 7th place, the 7th place team, since Kevin, it was 7th place and now it's considered 8th, I guess you could say. So the 8th place team gets 2 lottery entries, which was where Kevin would be. Since he left the league, I'm voiding that. There's not going to be any lottery entries for his team because his team is gone. In return, basically, one of the new teams takes over his spot, but they're not going to take his spot. I'm giving all 3 of the new teams in this league equal last place lottery entries. So the last place team gets 36 lottery entries. So that means Chris, Justin, and Gino are all going to get 36 each. And then the rest, which is 4 more teams, right? Yeah. The rest, since it's a little bit more here, because the rest are going to get the regular lottery entries, is how we're going to do this. And since Kevin was out, his are not going to work. So it's kind of confusing, but I want to do this, and I don't want to leave out anyone, because if it came down to the bottom 6 teams, one team that came in the bottom half last year for the bottom 5 would not make it to the lottery. So I'm giving them a chance since they did finish in the bottom half. So it's odd this year. It's fair. And we're going to go from there. So basically right now we have we're going to say Matt Moquin was in 6th place. Matt Moquin gets 1 lottery entry because he finished in 6th place. That's 1. We have his name, Matt M, and then there's a number 1 up there for 1 entry, and I've numbered each one. Okay? So on and so forth. So here I have it broken down. So they're all broken down. The big stacks are the 36ers. The other big stack, that's Alex with 16, and the rest have 1, 4, and 8. Yes, 1, 4, and 8, since we're skipping Kevin's. All right? So hopefully you understand. But first, before we do the actual draft lottery, I need to do the lottery. We got to figure out the 3 new teams. We need to figure out when they're going to pick for their keeper draft. Now, that's totally different. The keeper draft, I know this is a lot, and this video is going to go a while, but this is something new and very unique we're dealing with right now. So the keeper draft basically will be after all the current teams that are in the league drop down to 5 players. And then we'll have the entire, free agent draft class ready to go. So the keeper, the 3 new teams will then draft 5 players each in snake order. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, like that. Snake order until they all have 5 players. So, but we need to know what their order is going to be. Who's going to get 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick. So I'm going to do a mini lottery before our main lottery for that, just for them. So it can be fair, and they each have 36 entries. So and I'm just going to mix them in the bowl without the other ones, and we'll do it that way, and we'll figure that out right now. So right now I have Chris Flynn. He's labeled as CH, okay? And he's got 36 entries right here. So he's pretty thick. Trust me, I counted them all. Okay? Then we got Gino, who's going to be labeled as JI, 36 entries. Then we got Justin, who is labeled as just a J, 36 entries. Okay? I'm going to mix them up for a little bit, and we're going to find out, who's going to have the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick here. All right, for the keeper draft. Now, the keeper draft, we discussed this a lot before we added the new teams, was that in the keeper draft, you are not allowed to choose this year's NBA rookies. In turn, meaning that these guys played last year, and that's why it's a keeper. You can't, and so apologies for that, but that was kind of how everybody thought it should go. So, but then once the real draft comes, these rookies can be picked. So, but as of right now, you only can pick players that played last year or before. So, all right, and I'm mixing these up pretty good. Okay, scattering them all around. Let's get them going here. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible. Normally this doesn't last this long, but new things got to be said and done. And if I'm forgetting anything, please, there's a lot going on. A lot going on in my own life too, so I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible and get this through. This is a tough off season. This is the toughest off season I've had to deal with. Someone canceling on me really late. Kevin canceled on me extremely late in the season, and it's just been tough to try to find somebody. And I appreciate Justin. I appreciate you coming in quick style and grabbing that spot for us. It's awesome. And Chris and Gino, I appreciate you guys coming on too as new teams. It's awesome. So you guys got a better chance to get a good player because you're each going to get a superstar. Because Kevin had a pretty decent team actually. So, and the race was pretty close. I think last year, the top team was 8-5 last year, and that was my team, and I ended up finishing in 3rd because of playoffs and everything like that. But anyway. Okay, so I think this is mixed up enough. Keeper draft right here. 3 teams only, okay? Got a piece of paper down, and we're ready. So I'm not even going to look. And the first pick of the keeper draft is... Okay, wait. One more. Okay, here we go. Fingers in. I got it. Okay, here it is. And it is Chris Flynn. Congratulations, Chris. You have the first pick of the keeper draft. Number 1, Chris And I'm going to label him as Chris F because we have another Chris in the league, and that's Chris Martindale, so he'll be Chris M. All right, second pick of the keeper draft. Gino or Justin, who's it going to be? And if I pick Chris, we'll just throw it out of there. Chris again. Wow, you're a lucky man, Chris. Doesn't matter. Chris again. Jeez, lucky man here. There it is. Justin. Sorry, Gino, you're third. But hey, you get back-to-back picks. So 2, Justin, and 3 is Gino. All right, so we have the order for that. And we will schedule that draft. We can do it on Zoom. We can even just do it through text message group. Doesn't matter. We'll figure that out. But that's going to be after the keeper deadline, okay? Now, I just added all those lottery entries back. Now I'm going to add, this is going to be for the actual draft with all the teams. Now I'm going to add the other ones. So here's Alex. He's got 16 of them. Here's Creighton. He's got 8. Here's Claudia. She's got 4. And here's Matt Moquin. We have Matt Coslino as well. So it's Matt M and Matt C. Here is 1 for Matt. Okay, and I'm going to mix them up a little bit, and I'll talk while I do it because I want to get a good mix going on here. So, what was I going to say? Yes, so for the lottery, this is going to determine the first 6 picks of the draft. The last 6 picks of the draft are determined by the standings from last season. So Chris Martindale was a champion last season, so he gets the last pick of the draft. And so on. So then second place, I think, was Barclay. Yeah. Third place was me. Fourth place was Martin. And fifth place was Matt Cosolino. And so I'll say the whole draft order once we're done. I'm mixing these up pretty good. Wow, we've been doing this for 12 minutes. Sorry, guys. You can fast forward if you really want to, but there's a lot of explaining to do. Oh, whoa, one flew out. That doesn't count. I've been mixing this pretty good, I think. I want to make sure this is a good mix here, guys. All right. What do you think? Is that good enough? 2 more. 1. 2. All right, a couple shakes, a couple pumps. All right, the first pick of the 2020-21 Fantasy Basketball Keeper League is dun dun dun. Oh, Gino, congratulations. Number 1, Gino. All right, so if I pick Gino again, it doesn't count. I'm always mixing. Okay? Number 2. Hands free. Boom. Whoa. Number 2, Alex coming in with the steal. There's Alex, number 2. Number 3. Justin. Sorry, Chris. Looks like you're Chris Flynn. Looks like didn't have so much luck this time. But hey, you got the first pick in the keeper draft. All right. Alex coming through with the steal. There's Chris. So Chris got the 4th pick. Alex coming through with the steal. Alex finished in last place last season. So we got Chris. All right, now it's left between everybody. I think was it Claudia, Matt Moquin, and Creighton are left. So we're going to start going fast here because I know I'm going to be picking a lot of doubles. There's Gino, Chris, Gino, Alex, wow. Chris, Gino. Set this up a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Justin. No Creighton, Claudia, or Matt yet. Gino. Chris. Justin. Okay, I'm getting annoyed now. Justin. Chris. Creighton. Congratulations, bud. You have the 5th pick. All right. Creghton. All right, now it's between Claudia and Matt, and this is going to take a while. Alex. Gino. Justin. Chris. Gino. Anticipation. Justin. Gino. Chris. Gino. Alex. Gino. Justin. Chris. Justin. Alex. Creighton. Chris. Alex. Chris. Gino. Woo, this is fun. Justin, this one normally don't take this long. Creighton. Gino. Chris. Claudia, there it is. All right. So number 6 is Claudia. And number 7 is Matt Moquin. All right, so that leaves us with the rest. And so number 8 is Matt Cozzolino, based on the standings from last year. Number 9 is Martin. Number 10 is myself, Josh. Number 11 is Barclay. And number 12 is Chris Martindale. Thank you for joining. Thank you for playing. Let's look forward to a fun season. To welcome again, Justin, Chris, and Gino. I appreciate you guys coming on. It's going to be fun. Trust me. We have a good time doing this. All right. So here it is, the final draft order. 1st pick, Gino. 2nd pick, Alex. 3rd pick, Justin. 4th pick, Chris Flynn. 5th pick, Creighton. 6th pick, Claudia. 7th pick, Matt Moquin. 8th pick, Matt Cozzolino. 9th pick, Martin. 10th pick, Josh. 11th pick, Barclay. 12th pick, Chris Martindale. Snake draft. And just to reiterate, the keeper draft is 1st pick, Chris Flynn. 2nd pick, Justin. 3rd pick, Gino. So there we go. All I need to do now, what needs to happen next is we need to have a keeper date. Right now on the site, there's a keeper date there, but that's tentative. I would like to book an actual draft date first before I do any of this. I like to make sure we have the draft date first, and then I kind of go backwards with my dates. So let's start thinking draft dates, people. And we love to do this on the weekends, where it's going to be an online draft, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get these back in person again. And we do this on Zoom. We don't do it through the official site because it's different with the Keeper League. So I'll set up a Zoom. We'll all get on there and we'll draft. And I'll have you pick up your players as you're drafting. So like we've always done. So we'll schedule the draft date. I'll propose out a bunch of dates, and then you'll tell me which ones don't work, and we'll find a date. All right. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.